YouTube family, how's everybody doing? Hope all is well. I really appreciate y'all for tapping in. All of my recent subscribers, welcome. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for all the likes, the comments, the shares. Before we get started, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that share button. Sharing is caring. And when you caring, you sharing. So don't know if y'all noticed, but we have recently did some revamping. I guess some, what do they call the word? You have to reinvent yourself. So reinventing of pretty much what I've been talking about, but I've really been wanting to make it more concise and more clear of what the channel is. So y'all can tell it's become better, more money. I've explained that last concept. I explained that last time in my previous videos. For all of those who didn't see it, I'll make sure I put that here for y'all to be able to take a look at that. So go check that gratitude video as soon as possible. But today, as y'all can see the title, time management. Time management, and how becoming better at time management can potentially lead you to all the money that you're trying to get, or even money that you're missing out on. So let's get started. So time management has been something I've been focusing on for a while. I think I had an idea of it the older I got, but I really didn't realize how powerful the resources and the tools that I had available to me could assist me with time management. And once I understood better time management, I understood productivity, and then I understood productivity in relation to being able to make more money. Because who doesn't want more money, right? So I'll be breaking down a couple of things that have come to me over the years in my outlook and my perspective of why I think once you understand time management and once you become better at time management, it opens up the floodgates for a lot of things for your life. So the first thing I want to discuss is, now excuse me if I'm kind of looking down, I got some little notes here, like I said, really trying to get more structure for y'all. But the first thing I really want to talk about is understanding, one, time management and why is important. Why are you trying to optimize your time? Why do you even care about time management? Or why don't you care about time management? The second thing is really understanding and looking at the tools that you have available, looking at the tools and the resources that you have available for you to assist you with having better time management. Then we have understanding how to set up boundaries, how to set up these boundaries for y'all to be able to see how I can control my time and make sure that nobody else crosses the boundaries on the time that I am trying to focus on and the time I'm trying to manage. And then being able to understand the importance of how time management leads to money, and understanding that the productivity behind time management can lead to money. So let's get started with the first thing I discussed, y'all. The first thing is understanding why. I think a lot of times we miss out on life and we don't hit our goals and we don't hit metrics and we don't have a control of our lives because we don't even know why. Understanding why you want something is a driving force for your momentum to be built up over a certain amount of time. So really understanding why you want to optimize your time, why time management is important, and or why time management hasn't been important to you is really a good start. I think the best start to really start following through with the next steps. So some things that I've learned over my time in understanding how to learn more about why time management is important or hasn't been important to me is to really take into account and look at my life and say, how have I been managing my time up until a certain amount of point? So for y'all can use this time for y'all to be a milestone to say, okay, what has my time management analysis been looking like up until this date I'm watching this video? And then I think if you can look at that, you will see, okay, after you kind of get an idea of where your time management has been leading up into this video, then think about the level of productivity that you have or haven't had in relation to your time management, as in the things that you wanted to do or the goals that you had or the life that you think you wanted to have from a certain point in time to now. Has that negatively been affected off the time that you have either wasted or the time that you paid attention to? So really just taking the time to see where you stand in your overall life with time management and if it does or doesn't matter to you. Because You hear time management and you hear the word time management and you hear things like, oh, paying attention to your time and keeping up with your goals and making sure that you pay attention to these. And it kind of seems like it's like bondage, like you're just trapped down. When you hear the word budget, somebody hears budget and it kind of makes them feel like they have shackles and they feel stuck. But in reality, the goal of time management is to understand how much you do have so you know how much you can use so you can be free with it. So you can understand how much room for growth you have, so how much room for error do you have. Because at the end of the day, one thing's for sure is that we all get the exact same 24 hours. And then the second thing is that honestly, we all can do whatever we want with our time. Nobody's forcing you to go to work. Nobody's forcing you to take care of your kids. Nobody's forcing you to show up for your husband, show up for your wife, show up for your spouse. Nobody's forcing you to do anything. So if you really truly look at it in its essence, all the time that you have is your time. Everybody gets the exact same amount of time, and everybody has the exact same amount of abilities to do whatever they want with their time. Now, of course, depending on where you are in the country, in the world, there are certain things that are politically based in societies that don't have the exact same resources to do whatever they want. And honestly, it's hard for me to even speak on people that are in certain type of countries where it's just you're so limited with your freedoms. So for anybody that is going through that, it's a little bit different. But if you're not dealing with countries that are you just bound by the societal regulations and things that you can't do, then for the most part, you can control your time and do it with your time as much as you want. So it's a good thing and it's a bad thing. It's only a bad thing if you're not really using your time wisely. Because if you look back at the life that you built, then you can look and say, wow, I've had this amount of time. So me, I just turned 38. I had 38 years. Let's just say I was independent around 18, 20, 21. You know, I have kids, they double-digit children. I feel like you're still a child all the way up until about 24, 25. You really don't get it until about a little over 25, to be honest. But let's just say you started at 20, and to me, to 38. That's 18 years of being able to make adult decisions and have adult time. So 24 times 365 times, you know what I'm saying, 18, being able to understand it. And you think about all the hours that you had and what did you do with it? Are you proud of the time that you spent? Was that time well spent? Was that time managed? Was it paid attention to, or was it neglected? And if not, were you paying attention to it? And why didn't you, or why do you want to start making it something that you think about? So I'll challenge everybody with this part to take some time to think. Take some time and think about your life in relation to where you are and the time management that you have had or haven't had, and why it's important to you and what you want to get from your time management. So the second thing I was mentioning earlier is being able to set boundaries for time management. Being able to set clear boundaries with time management for other people. Once you get on this momentum and you get the ball rolling and you're like, okay, cool. I understand that from this day on, time management is going to be important to me because I want to become a better person. I want to become better at, let's say, even if it's the most simplistic thing that doesn't have to do with money. Of course, this channel is about personal development, self-help in relation to becoming financially free. But being happy and having hobbies and being able to feel like you're having fun and getting crafts and doing things that is important for your essence is also a part of self-help and mental health, which leads to money. So let's just say you want to be somebody who was more focused on getting better at a craft, but a craft that is something that's really filling your essence from feeling good within the inside. Let's say you're starting to build a schedule and you say, you know what? At 5:30, I go learn how to play chess. At 5:30 p.m., 2-3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I go paint. I go do whatever task. And you have to be able to say that you are convinced with yourself that this time management will lead you to this. If you go back to the first thing I said, why are you doing it? You know the why. So now you have to set the boundaries to be aligned with the why, to know why your boundaries are set and your actions are aligned with the thing that you're doing and the reason why you're doing it. So once you're able to set those boundaries with people, people will not give a fuck about what you have going on naturally because it's not them. And two, most people aren't compassionate. And three, it's not their goal. It's not their goal. And most likely, unless you have people who are higher than you, as in personally and mentally higher than you, and accountability wise, they really won't be able to hold you accountable for your goals because they can't do it for themselves. They won't be able to hold you accountable for your time management because they won't do it for themselves. So you have to be able to set boundaries with your time management. If you know it's 5 o'clock and you have to be at a place to go be in an art class, and it's like I said, we're using something that has nothing to do with money, and you know it's 25 minutes to get there and you haven't left the house yet, and someone wants to talk about something, you have to pick and choose when it's time for you to set that boundary and say, hold on, I gotta go. This is really important to me. I'm being focused on my time management. So really being able to set the boundaries on your time management. And what this does is it allows you not to eat up your time and allow somebody else to eat up your time. One of my quotes that I said, beware of people that waste their time, because if they waste their own time, imagine what they'll do with yours. And that's so important because so many times we'll have our life in order, but we'll surround ourselves around so many people that are not aligned with us, whether it's family members, whether it's people we work with. We have these connecting relationships with them because we might connect with them in one area, but then other areas it might be some conflict and some resistance, and we still are dealing with them, not realizing that we should only deal with them for the thing that we have in common with them, and then everything beyond that, it should not be any connection, because there's no alignment and there will be friction. And when you're trying to understand something new, especially if you're not good at time management and you're trying to maintain something that you have been doing, and you are, let's say, not in the direction, you're fully not in the direction you want to go, and you're still trying to get there, then you have to be adamant and you have to be committed and you have to be able to put your foot down, which is setting your boundaries. So I believe that's another thing to really assist you with time management, setting your boundaries. Once you've made your commitment on why you're doing it with yourself, setting your boundaries with those people that surround you, because people are going to talk your head off. They're going to try to ask you to do certain things that are totally not involved with what you want to do. People are going to do what they think they want to do. Unfortunately, we are made and designed to be self-centered naturally. I think, why did I say it like that? I'm so silly, y'all. Naturally. But when it comes to our spirits, we want to help, we want to love, but naturally we think about ourselves. We do. I always tell people, if you want to see how selfish a person is, show somebody a group picture, and then I guarantee you, see who they look at first. They're probably going to look at themselves first. That's just naturally how we are. So when it comes to your time management, most likely people are going to think about what's benefiting them if what you're doing is not benefiting them and they can't see the direct correlation to it. So setting boundaries, y'all, is really, really important on understanding how you become better at your time management in relation to productivity, making money, and being able to grow and evolve. So the next thing I was discussing is time management and, sorry, I'm looking back at these notes for a second. Set boundaries, not pressure, get great time, money, minute. Time management and how it will lead to money. Time management, how it will lead to money. That's another thing that I think a lot of times we don't see the connection with time management. We don't see the connection with time management, and we don't see how, when you're dealing with your time management, if you understand the importance of your time, you will understand you will have more time to do more things that can be productive. I truly don't believe time is money. So I even have a quote in my book, Money is an Art, which will be releasing soon. As soon as they send me my proof copy, and make sure it's almost perfect for y'all, if not perfect. I don't believe time is money, because you can get time back. You can get money back, but you can get time back, excuse me. So when I say having time management in relation to money, it's the time management in relation to money, to understanding what actions with your time are leading you to money, and managing your time correctly to make sure that the actions that you want to have is an action with that time being spent towards accomplishing that goal. Before, we used something that was dealing with your essence and something that wasn't financial related, but now we are discussing money. Y'all can still obviously apply this same philosophy and methodology to the hobby or the thing that you is making you feel like loved and feeling happy with yourself. But when it comes to finances as well, you have to understand, if everyone gets the same time and everyone gets 24 hours in a day, Why does one person have more than another person? Most likely it's because this person is doing something different with their time compared to another person. That's it. That's it. And one thing that you can understand how to do, and one task that I've learned to do with productivity and becoming better with time and money and making sure that my time is spent on tasks that can help me become more productive and become better in life, which can help me lead to money, is doing something called micro tasks. Having micro tasks, instead of trying to bite off too much and then being overwhelmed because the task is too much, and then you do it once or twice when you should really be doing it 20 times or 50 times before you see some results and getting that many iterations in, is do micro tasks. And I just was having this meeting with my kids before they went to bed, and I was sharing this example with them. I do micro tasks all the time. If I have 5 things in a day that I want to get done, and I want to get these things done consistently till I reach a goal, then I will break them down if I feel like, you know what, I don't have a lot of bandwidth to do these, but I need to do them. So micro tasks to me look like any task that you can do, but you do it within a 5 to 10 minute increment. So 5 to 10 minutes. Let's say in one day you want to work on financial budgeting, do a new art picture, and read a book, and still do your life. Be a mom, be a dad, be a spouse, be a partner, clean your house, or run errands, go to work, take care of yourself, self-care. Then take 5 to 10 minutes to read the book, 5 to 10 minutes to work on some art, 5 to 10 minutes to do financial budgeting, really breaking it down. Because if you have 24 hours in a day and you have 60 minutes in an hour and you have 60 seconds in a minute, then imagine how microscopical you can break down those numbers to really get tasks done. Right now, we're sitting here, y'all are skipping through this video, looking at this video, maybe on 2x, how I do videos, and time is passing. Are you getting what you want to get out of this time? Is this time valuable for you? But it goes back to the first thing that I said. You have to identify why you are trying to pay attention to your time in the first place. Because if you don't know why, you would just be letting time pass by. And you'll get to the end of your day and you're like, dang, what did I do? You should be able to know what you did throughout the day. No matter what, you can have so many tasks, but I guarantee you people who are super sharp and super efficient and like hyper efficient, as Jordan Peterson says, guarantee you they know what they did in a day. They know everything they did. They probably can tell you every important meeting they had, probably can tell you every person they met, especially if it's someone who's meeting constantly people and shaking a lot of hands. But that person is so sharp on their time and they're so in the present moment and understanding the past, the present, and the future in the relation to all of those in time, that they can give you an account of all of the actions that happen in a day and tell you what day and time it is, because they're that in tune with their time, because they know why. So I think that's really important to understand. Once you see the money within your time, then you, one, stop looking at time as money and be like, oh man, time is money. Time is money for only people that's clocking in and getting paid per hour. And you got to realize, if you're getting paid per hour, there's so many hours in a day. So you're really not doing what you should be doing anyway, at least getting to financial freedom. And to go here, y'all already know it, and I ain't gonna say it. So, oh yeah, make sure y'all tap that button, hit that like, man, get that like on. Let's get this thing to 100 likes, y'all. 100 likes, 100. You know what I'm saying? So if you can understand the power behind your time management and how your proper time management can give you more productivity if you're mindful of why you're spending your time in its relation to your goals, then you will make sure you're choosing your time wisely with yourself first, and then you're setting boundaries to other people. You can say, hey, I can't do that task because right now I'm focused, and that task that you're doing is not aligned with the task that I need to be doing, which is productive, and my time will be eaten up doing that. And you have to understand how important it is. And those people have to be able to be good with it or not be involved in your life in that moment. And to me, I think that's really important. I want to make sure I didn't leave nothing out, y'all. And if so, let me know. Like I said, this is a new flow that I'm trying to bring to y'all, but I definitely want to get the knowledge out. Like I said, I just wanted to come a lot better than it was coming before, ever evolving, ever growing. But that's what I want to let y'all know with, man, to really understand the importance of time management and how to become better at time management. I think these are a few different tips that literally changed my life drastically. Once I knew why my time management was important, I did not play with my time, y'all. Once I knew why I wanted my time to be more important to me and what I needed to do with my time, I didn't play with it. I didn't play. I got better at cutting people off during conversations politely. I got better at making sure I was on time at certain places. I got better at making sure. Oh, that's the one thing I forgot. Thank y'all. I knew it. It just hit me. And the tools, y'all, the tools that can be. I knew it was 4 things. I was like, I only said 3. So thank y'all. You felt like, JB, you messed up. Waters, you forgot one thing. The tools. You have to see the tools that are available for you as well. The tools. And I'll make sure I put that in everything. But being able to see the tools, y'all. Being able to see the tools for why time management is important, but the tools that you can use. There's several different tools. We have one tool right here. This tool is alone something that you can use to be able to assist you with time management. One thing that I do all the time for a tool is using my alarm. I put an alarm for everything. I don't care. There's no excuse. In 2025, there's no excuse for you to forget something. I don't even know what the limit of alarms that you can put on here. But if it can be on an alarm, I'll put an alarm. I'm like, oh, I gotta call this person at this time. I'll put an alarm and just put an alarm. You can go even more in depth. Put it on the calendar. You can put a reminder, depending on what type of phone you have, whether you're an iPhone person, whether you're an Android person. There's tools available for you. But see, people are not using the tools because the why is not strong enough or they don't know the why. There's plenty of tools for you. You can write voice memos. You can use voice memos to be able to have there in your voice memo, and you can have a note in top, and you can put in there, I need to write so-and-so at a certain amount of time. I need to put in the top of the note. So you see the voice memo here, for example. See, at the voice note, I'm not gonna show y'all, ain't gonna be able to see this here, but in the voice note part, y'all know on here on voice notes, they let you edit what the voice note is. You can put in there, voice note, a reminder for me, and you had an idea. You had an idea about something. You can put in there and then go back and listen to the voice. And I'm like, oh, okay, this was the idea that I had. This is how I thought about it. Oh, okay. You can, it's so many different tools. That's another thing with time management. Utilize the tools for you to understand how to be able to make sure that time management is important for you. And I say utilize the tools to make sure you understand how time management is important for you is because it's an action thing, you know? You can think about it all day. But as you're thinking, and if you're not really adding little micro tasks in there, you're just gonna be thinking for a long time. I don't care. You can think so long, like, oh man, I was thinking. If you're thinking that much, then you shouldn't be afraid to do some type of iteration, even if it's just a little bit. Action gets the job done. Doers get the job done. So it's good to be both. You need to think and you need to do. So I just wanted to make sure I didn't forget that. I almost did, but I caught myself. But utilizing the proper tools for time management. Even if you surround yourself around excellent top tier people, you can use people for tools. You can have accountability parties. Q4 of last year, I was doing accountability parties with some of my comrades on Tuesdays, and we'll be starting that back up again soon. Having them, being able to say, hey, hit me up on this day. We'll talk on Monday. We'll do a little check-in and make sure everybody's pacing well with their goals, make sure they're pacing well with their time management. Cool, meeting's 30 minutes. We're all focused on our time. So we'll make sure that in the end of 30 minutes, we're outdoor because we all focus on our time management. So become better, y'all. This is what we're about here. We're about becoming better because when you become a better person, you can have more money. So hopefully that helps y'all to remember, know your why, know why time management is important to you while you aren't focusing on your time and what you're losing by not having your time managed. Also set boundaries with people, y'all. Don't be afraid to cut somebody off politely. Don't be afraid to tell somebody you gotta leave early, you can't come. Don't be afraid to be able to have to be able to remove yourself from a situation or say no to an engagement. Don't be able to say no to certain things that don't align with what you want to do, especially if your time is on the line because you cannot get it back. All right? And once again, understand how if you put your time towards things that can increase your productivity for the sake of being able to make sure you have more money, then your time properly managed can lead to money. And then lastly, being able to utilize the tools that you have to have proper time management. Like your voice memos, to send yourself voice memos about ideas that you have, because then you utilize that time properly. Because if not, you would have forgot the idea, and then that time would have been wasted. You wouldn't have managed that time properly. Utilizing the reminders in your calendars on your apps, utilizing the what's the other thing I said? Sorry, y'all. Utilizing the I got a brain fart. I don't know why I got a brain fart today. Not the calendar, but being able to utilize the clock, utilizing the clock app, put an alarm for anything on there, having an alarm. Just set an alarm. It's so simple. Right now, I could have set an alarm like, okay, I got to be done with this YouTube video for them at this time. Cool. I set another alarm. Oh, I'm gonna go read microtask. I'm gonna read for 5 minutes. Cool. So like, and it sounds like it's drastic, and it sounds like it's extreme. But isn't time extreme? Think about how many people that you love and you miss and they dead. You no longer can spend time with them. But I bet you if you was more focused on that time, you say, you know what? I need to call. Like me, I got an alarm to call. I got a calendar reminder to call my grandparents who live in another state at the same time every month. But you know what? If I didn't have that calendar reminder, have it on my calendar, I would probably forget because of time, y'all. So these tools are available. I got my point across. Hopefully I did. But make sure y'all like, subscribe, share. Sharing is caring, and when you're caring is sharing. Tap in. Let me know what's up with the comments. Once again, thank you for everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Like I tell my children, you can never say thank you enough, especially if it's coming from the heart and it's from the right place. Anybody who gets offended by thank you, they probably need to thank you even more. But yeah, one love, y'all. Really appreciate y'all, man. Remember to write yourself, remember to be conscious, stay well, be conscious, write your world into existence. And when you become a better person, you can have more. You can have more money. Love, waters.